Hello everybody, it's Rod from Newfoundland RV Rentals, and I'm going to give you a walkthrough of our 24-foot Jayco Red Hawk, just in case you get in a spot this summer where you don't have cell service and you can't contact us and you have any problems. You can just go back to this video and it'll give you an idea, hopefully for some troubleshooting if you run into any problems. This video will also apply to the 31-foot Jayco Red Hawk as well. And we're just going to start with the outside and give you a quick walkthrough. So it's a little chilly here on a May day in Newfoundland, but hopefully your weather is going to get better when you guys arrive. Okay, so first we're going to start with the outside, and on your keys to your RV you'll also find two keys. One is for your hatches outside, the other is for your main locks on your main door. So we'll use this one to get inside the hatches. And you have this area here. And in here we have your outdoor barbecue. We have your water hose for connecting to fill up your tanks. And inside your barbecue box you can store your propane tanks and whatnot. So in here is your gauges for hooking up your outside water for when you want to refill your tanks or hook up to a supply that's already attached to a campground. Everything is on this chart and it's self-explanatory on how to locate your knobs for when you're filling up. You've got a city water connection right here. And as I showed you previously with your valves inside, that will decide whether you're hooking up to your campsite or whether you're just filling up your holding tanks. And you follow the chart to put your valves in the right positions, and you hook your hose up to here, turn on your tap, and way to go. Do not hook up to this one here. This is a sewer flush out. This is for when you hook up the hose when you dump your tank at a later date. We'll show you that, or at a later time I should say. Okay, so then we have the electrical area right here. So this is your cord that attaches to your vehicle. It's called your shore cord actually, and it has an adapter on it. So this cord is available to use for either 15 amp services, 30 or 50s. If you're going to use a 30 or your 50, this adapter comes off and plugs directly into the campsite. That one's a little tough. So that comes off to plug into your 30 or your 50 amp. If you only have a 15, which is the same plug-in as like you have in your house, you just stick this adapter on there and plug it in from there. Okay? The cord hauls out and folds back nicely into this hatch. So now we're going to talk about when it comes to the point in time where your holding tanks are filled up and you need to dump either your sewer or your gray water or both. So what you need to know there is, obviously, first of all, you find a dumping site. Google will be your best friend there to be able to find out where the local campsites, service stations, and whatever are, so you can find a place to dump the sewer. We will show you in another video the gauges inside that will tell you how full or empty your tanks are. So let's assume you have pulled up to a service station or a campsite with a dump station. So you would obviously recognize that right here is where your clean out is to, and that's where you would have to line up with the outlet at the dumping station. So next thing you do is you take the cover off of this bumper. You would take out these package of disposable gloves, or we will have some other type of gloves there for you. You would put those on. I'm not using those right now because this is all brand new. You would haul out your sewer hose with your gloves on, and you would connect it down here. Just come around this way. Make sure these two valves are in, they're not out. You take your dust cap off right here. You take this end of the sewer hose and you connect it into those notches here, and you twist, make sure it's tight, and you go like that, give it a little tug to make sure. You do not want this to fall off while it's being dumped. So then you take your end and you put it into the outlet that is going to be at your campsite. Obviously there's not one here right now. Let's just assume it's there. You stick that down in the hole. You keep your hand on here because you don't want the pressure of this to come out and to everything to fly back up at you. That would not be pretty. Okay, so next thing you do, you pull your black first, okay? Your black is obviously your toilet waste. You pull that, and as you feel that slowing down in the hose, then you will pull your gray valve. Your gray valve is your shower water, your dish sink water, just your regular washing up water. Pulling this will flush out the hose while you do that. So when you feel that it's all empty, you close off both of these valves, you unhook your hose from the RV, you keep this in the dump station, you lift up and you take the hose that's supplied by the dump station and you spray it all out here and let it all go, spray, lift it up, haul it together, spray it out, put everything back here in the bunker. Everything fits back there nice and snug. Put your gloves back in there, put your cap back on, give it a tap, make sure it's secure, and you're good to go. Probably want to then take your hose, spray off around here, put your dust cap back on, and that dirty job is done. Okay, next thing, so you've just finished cleaning out your sewer, but one thing you can do if you're on an extended period of time, before you go through that process, you can hook the hose up from the campsite RV, and you can screw it into this outlet right here. You can screw it into this outlet right here, and you have to make sure your toilet lid is down inside. This gives the tank inside a spray before you dump. It loosens up any dirt, any excess toilet paper or anything that might be in the tank. Loosens all that up before you pull the trigger over here and let it all flow out. So this is just something, if you're there using the RV for an extended period of time, this is a good thing to know, to just loosen everything up and get rid of it. Okay, so we've covered the electrical, we've covered the sewer, we've covered the hookup to the water. So now we'll just go around and show you that this is where your generator is too. It's very unlikely you will have to access this because starting and stopping the generator happens from inside the vehicle. Your generator runs off of the same fuel tank as the RV. And also keep in mind, now that we're speaking of fuel, the RV takes gas only, not diesel. Very important, it takes gas. So your generator runs off the same fuel tank. You can access it out here if it happens that you're on the road and you run into any problems, but that's unlikely that you will need that. Right here you have just a storage hatch. Just for putting some of your personal items and stuff, and you can lock it with this key again. And we'll go around the back here. We have another storage hatch here. Pretty standard. Right here you have outlets for if your campsite has cable accessibility or satellite, and you also have an outside plug here if you want to plug in an outdoor stereo or any other thing that requires electricity. It can run off your RV and you can plug it in here. Right here you have your propane hatch. Just come over here and I'll give a better idea. So here's your gauge. We send you on the road with a full tank of propane. This gauge here will tell you if you're getting low. It's unlikely that you'll use all of that. In the case that you do, you have to find a station that can fill up directly. Again, Google will be your best friend. We have some options on our website, and it shouldn't be difficult to find them on your travels. You will always have lots of time to decide this. You're not required to bring it back to us full. Just keep an eye on it to make sure that you don't run out, because your heat and your fridge runs on propane. Okay, so welcome to the inside of the Jayco. As you can see, we're supplying you with a brand new vehicle. I think this particular unit is a 2019 model. So we're just going to go through some of the basic items in here. And as always, you will have our phone number, my phone number, which is 709-427-7095. The country code is 1, in case you're coming from a different country. And I'm just going to show you some things about the inside of the RV. So, it's pretty basic. Everything is pretty much self-explanatory. What you need to know is when you park and you want to start to use any of the interior functions, you have to press the main power button down here. Okay, pretty easy. So first thing we're going to do is put out the slide. You really want to make sure and you double check that there's no obstructions in the way on the outside or on the inside of the slide when you put it in or you put it out. So your slide is pretty easy. It operates either from up here in the main control area. There's also a slide button in the back bedroom as well. So we'll just go with the here in the front area. And your main power is on, as previously discussed. Your slide is either extend or retract. We're going to extend it right now. Okay. Then you have to this is pretty easy. Just you put this mattress down like that, and you have your bed here. Close up any doors that came open. And then, when you're getting ready to hit the road again, you make sure there's no obstructions on the sides. You don't want to damage anything. You make sure your drawers are not open, and there's no brooms or anything in the channels on the side. You pick your mattress up, and you've got your slide out button here. So you've got the out or in, and away she goes. You've got your water heater. You can run on either electric or propane gas. If you're plugged into what we call the shore, which is a campsite or another home, which is your main outdoor cord is connected to another outlet, we recommend you use the electric water heater. So you just push that on and your water is going to be heated up through electricity. If you're parked somewhere where you cannot connect to electricity for the night, well, just use your LP gas heater button, and that will run off your propane as previously discussed, and that will heat your water and you won't have to use any electricity. Your water pump is here for when you're using the washroom or doing dishes. Your tank heaters, that's your black water and your gray water tanks. On very cold days before you dump, you might want to turn that on just to help loosen everything up a little bit. You got your slide button as discussed, and here you have your generator. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're pulling into, in Newfoundland, sometimes we pull into gravel pits in the night times, gas stations, maybe even a Walmart parking lot, and you're finding you need more power than what the auxiliary battery can give, because the auxiliary battery is really only meant for lights in the nighttime and your water pump. But if you find you're needing more power, well, you can use the generator. This unit is equipped with a brand new generator, automatic start, and you just press the start button. And now you've got your generator giving you, I think, somewhere around 3,500 watts of power. That pretty much allows you to use anything in the RV except your microwave. You can use your air conditioner, you can use your furnace, but you will not be able to use your microwave unless you're plugged into a minimum of a 30 amp service. To shut down the generator, just press stop. It's not recommended that you go to sleep with your generator on. Most campsites will not allow it. Plus, just for safety reasons, we feel you'll be safe with the exhaust, of course, but just to be safe, it'd be best, and we recommend that you turn it off before you go to bed. Your fridge runs off of either propane or electric. We usually keep it on auto, and the fridge itself will detect whether you're plugged in or whether you need the propane. And right now it's going to show that it's running off of gas because we are not plugged into the shoreline, and it's all pretty self-explanatory. You've got a fairly large fridge, and you've got your freezer up top. Right here you have your control center for your heating and your air conditioning. Everything, again, is self-explanatory. It's on, off, or auto, cool or heat. And your heating runs off of your propane. You will need to be plugged in or have your generator going to use your furnace and or your air conditioner, because the fan requires a certain amount of power that the batteries cannot provide. Okay, that's pretty much a basic rundown of the vehicle. You've got our phone numbers in case anything comes up that this video does not answer. If there's anything that you find we didn't provide in the vehicle which you think we should have, just reach out to us. If we can't help you, we can certainly help the customer who comes after you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for your business. We really appreciate it, and we certainly would appreciate your reviews and your feedback on our Facebook page, which is Newfoundland RV Rentals, and we're on Google as well. Thanks a lot, and have a great trip and a great summer.